Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll work on the script for the next part immediately after it hits that like ratio. Like ratio. There we go. Now, forewarning, I made the script when I was baked after I ate some edibles, so I don't know how the script will come out. I actually redid the script like 4 different times where I was taking the story in 4 different directions. So I picked the best one I thought would be appropriate for the series. So let's get on to this. What if? After researching the festival that he planned to go with Amber, it is custom to wear a kimono of to these events. Izuku had no problem with that. He decided to wear his kimono that he used for special occasions, like rich parties that his mother would drag him off to. It's a pure black kimono with a red blossom tree design all over it. While he was finishing getting ready, one of his personal maids informed him Lady Amber just arrived. Amber was quite confused at first when Izuku informed her to wear a kimono. She has a couple stored away for family parties when her father would throw parties for his business partners. Amber is wearing a black kimono with a purple dragon design that was wrapped around the whole kimono. She even did some maintenance to her hair, wearing a black ribbon to keep her long red hair in place after she tried to straighten her messy hair. Her hair has always been quite wild. She rarely has to do maintenance to it because she prefers to leave her hair as it is. But this is a special occasion. When Amber arrived, she was led by one of the staff, or one of the maids. Inform her the young master, Izuku, will be down in a couple of seconds, so they served her tea while she wait. I hope you weren't waiting long. Wow, Foxy, you look quite handsome in that. Well, you look pretty yourself. As she blushed a little bit from his comment, shut up. He walked closer to her and lifted her chin. She was staring at the ground as he lifted her chin up with one finger. What's the matter, Red? Are you blushing? Amber, sorry, Amber's able to see he clearly has a mischievous smirk on his face. On his face, she decided she was going to get revenge for that, but she put on a hold for right now. She's worried about later. She'll worry about it later. She's more curious where Izuku is going to take her. He was very vague when he was on the phone with her. You won this time, Foxy, so where we're going. You know you know when you get there. You're enjoying this far too much. I am enjoying this extremely, Red. You referred sorry, you have referred me to that before. I gave I I gave you a little nickname. After all, you did give me one, so I figured it was fair. So I'm calling you Red from now on. Very, very well, Red, you say. I like it. So, when do we leave? Right about now, Red. Shall we? As he extends his hand out for Amber to take it, It didn't take her long. She wrapped her hand around Izuku's. As they walk out of the house, he hasn't got a license yet. He kept putting it off after the night. He planned to make some time to acquire one of these licenses, driver license. He decided it's about time he acquire one of these driver license. It would come in handy in situations like this. His personal driver opened up the back seat of the door for Izuku and Amber to get in. The moment the white-haired Kitsune sat down, Amber made herself comfortable, leaning her head against his chest. He knows what she's doing, so he decided to let this one slide. He normally would have removed her from her position immediately, but she seemed to be in a really good mood, so he decided not to do anything. He noticed, oh, sorry, not notice him. He knows he has some sort of affection towards her. He doesn't really understand the concept of love, or the concept of, or the concept of having strong affections towards someone outside of the family. When it comes to Inko, he knows he loves her as his mother. He does truly love his human mother. He's been She's been the closest thing to a mother since Nana's death. Inko has never treated him any different than her son. He considers Inko his true mother. He has totally forgot about his actual mother. At first, at first when he got here, he was mad at her, but after his time with Nana and his current mother, Inko, he honestly just forgot about her. He would think about her occasionally at first, slowly, would think of her less, until he totally forgot about her or his grudge against her. He's had no other contact with the Kitsunes after he was banished, and he's fine with it. He knows deep down he would most likely try to kill any Kitsunes that came across him, because he wasn't sure how he would react. Outside of his sisters, he probably wouldn't outright attack them. If the king was smart, they would send his older sister to talk to him. He was brought out of his train of thought by the vehicle stopping. Amber is no longer leaning against his chest. She sees the festival. The people are going along playing games at the game stalls, basically. Trying out and some people are trying out some of the festival food. And the main attraction is later tonight is the festival fireworks display. When they both got out of the car, Amber linked her arms around Izuku and dragged him to different stalls so he can win her a prize at one of the festival games. After being dragged to different game stalls, he finally won Amber a stuffed animal of... Ironically, he won a stuffed animal of a fox. She latched onto it like a lifeline the moment she got it into her hands. He was glad that he contacted Momo. That intel she gave him was most useful. He would make a mental note to keep an open mind when it comes to conversations with Momo Yaoyorozu. Izuku highly respects her intelligence. He knows she's a lot smarter than everyone in the class except himself. But that's a remarkable feat for a mere human without using a intelligent quirk. He knows she must be in the genius category. Izuku suspects that she might be kind of... Oh, sorry. Izuku suspects that Amber might be kind of hungry. They haven't ate anything since they arrived at the festival. he decided to take the initiative and lead her to a couple food stalls. He knows she was, sorry, he knows he was right after all. She was devouring her food one after another. He makes another mental note that she has a very interesting appetite. He expects that that might have something to do with her quirk. He can't pin down what her quirk is or is actually is. She's able to produce fire out of her fists and feet, but he doesn't know where the sorry, and he knows about the strength with her quirk. He suspects it might be a mixture of the two. He suspects her very impressive appetite has to do with her quirk. She might have to intake a lot of food in order to use her quirk properly. It must be one of her drawbacks. Izuku heard a couple people talking about they're getting ready to begin the fireworks show. So he led Amber to a place where they can watch the fireworks. After all, he's never seen fireworks before. He's never been to a festival before. He's been far too busy to go to such activities. He never really saw a reason to attend any of these things. But after his it, sorry, after experience it himself, it does have some sort of charm to it. He was fortunate that one of the maids handed him a blanket for the night before he left. He didn't know why she gave him it. Now all the puzzle pieces are all coming together. Now he understands her intentions. The staff has always been quite kind to Izuku. He's always treated the staff with great kindness. Izuku finally found a appropriate place to watch the fireworks as he unfolds the blanket, as he gestures for Amber to sit down. Izuku and Amber were too distracted by the firework display to notice how close they were with each other. He's never seen fireworks before. He found it quite a pleasant invention. They were sitting far away from any other attending the festival. He wanted privacy with Amber, so people don't bug him about his appearance. Most of the time, these people. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Give me a second, guys. Most of the time, they just want to touch his ears. He's always found that extremely annoying. He never understood why humans do that occasionally. He caught several different. Oh, sorry. Try it again. He caught several familiar scents coming towards him. Red, we got some company. Let me handle this. What do you mean, Foxy? It seems like I'm going to have a nice little visit. Sorry. It seems like I'm going to have a nice little visit with my sister. If my little sisters are approaching, she won't be that far behind. Sister, I know for certain Inko's never had any other kids. Information like that tends to become public. After all, your mother is she's quite popular in her field of work. I'll explain, I'll explain after I handle this. I figured they would send someone after me eventually, but to send your own sisters to assassinate you, I got to say, that's pretty cold, even for her. As a group of female kitsune surround them, all wearing the same kimono with the same white fox mask, Izuku slowly got up to his feet. Just keep on your toes, Red. Things might get intense. My sisters are well known for their abilities in assassination. Izuku decided to make the first move to see what the reaction would be. If you came to see the fireworks, sister, sadly, the event is over. You might want to try next year. It's a shame, really. Long time no see, brother. It's been a while, Lulu. That's all? I don't even get a hug? I'm not, I'm, I'm in no, sorry, I'm not really in the hugging mood. I did notice how you have all our exit cut off. You place our adorable little sisters in such a way they block every pathway if I attempted to try to escape. Just insurance, nothing personal, little brother. I can't have you go running off and all. I would hate to have to track you down. As happy I am to see you, I'm on official business. And don't think I haven't noticed your little human friend over there. Don't need to worry. I'm not here to cause any harm. Well, to the human, that is. Why are you here? Why did you approach me? Mother is quite worried about. Sorry, try again. Mother is quite worried over your well being, even though you got banished. She sent me. She sent me here personally to check up on your status. As a big sister, it is my responsibility to check up on you. Don't get me wrong. We are going to clash. There's no way around that. I'm not here to kill you. Nor does Mother want you dead, even though you would think otherwise. A little spar between siblings to gauge how much strong you've grown since the last time I saw you before you were sent to Earth. Shall we begin, little fox? You don't need to worry. Our little sisters will not intervene. They've been ordered to not to get involved in any way, shape, or form. They're still a little upset that you got yourself banished. They're very cross with you for not saying goodbye. And I'm a bit tad upset that you never came to me for help. I might anyways, that's in the past. I might be a little rough on you. It gives me a good opportunity to get all my stress out. Little sisters, why don't you be dear and activate the barrier so there won't be any interruptions. A barrier formed over the whole area in a purple dome that because the purple dome that the general population can't see from or get inside. The only people that see what's going on are in the barrier. Only way to get past the barrier if they have access to magic. After we spar a little bit, I'll think about forgiving you. I still can't believe you did that. Always knew you were a troublemaker, but never knew you would go that far. Regardless, what's done is done. Izuku body flickered in front of, basically flash stepped in front of Lulu. Even Amber barely was able to keep track of Izuku movements. As Lulu gets shot backwards from Izuku kicking her in the face, going directly towards a couple trees. You've always liked to run your mouth, sis. Lulu reappeared right behind Izuku. You were always too rash for your own good. The moment Izuku turned around, Lulu palm strikes her little brother in the face. As he goes flying backwards into a couple of trees, Izuku eventually stops himself from skidding across the ground any further. As he wiped the blood off from his mouth from the impact of Lulu's strike, I guess we should kick this up a notch. He created a dozen Foxfire fireballs and launched them at Lulu. Lulu created the same amount of Foxfire fireballs, then launched them at her brother. They cancel each other. Oh, sorry. They cancel each other out with every fireball they toss at each other. After observing her opponent, facial expression, and his body language, she knows her brother hasn't even begun to show off his full power yet, and nor did he bring out his tails yet. She only sees one. She immediately conjured a group of ice spikes and shot them at her brother. As Izuku deactivate the gravity on the ice spikes, then redirect them and split the ice spikes into two different groups and launched them at his sister from the front and behind. Lulu created a ice wall without even looking, blocking the two groups of ice spikes heading towards her. She begins as she begins to conjure bigger ice spikes and throw them at her brother. He had to dodge them fast. He doesn't have enough time to use his telekinesis or his gravity manipulation basically. He is forced to utilize his lightning abilities if he's even able to even get a shot off. As he's flash stepping out of harm's way with each humongous ice spike heading towards him. Foxfire is no good. They would simply cancel each other out. She's not allowing him to. Well, I've actually read that out. Let's continue on. Once he revealed his tail, all of his abilities get a power boost. Izuku knows he has to play this smart. He knows his sister had 5 tails before he was banished. He's unaware how many tails she's gained since he's been on Earth. I'm not afraid to admit it. You've always been the superior warrior. Well, when it comes to terms of power, I'm almost on Mother's level. It's only natural. I I am more powerful than you. I've been around longer, little brother. While you spent your time causing mischief, I was honing my abilities and earning my tails. I wouldn't be surprised if you were on your 8th tail. That's what I always liked about you. You've always been a clever one. Indeed, I have inquired my 8th tail. My question is, how many tails have you acquired, brother? Unlike you, I haven't been focused on gaining more tails. I've been honing my abilities with the tails I do have. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. When he manifests all 4 of his fox tails, he used his moment of distraction to yank out 2 trees out of the ground and draw them toward his sister. The 2 trees are right behind her, and one was on front of her. Yank him towards her so the 2 trees would crush her. One tree trunk is heading towards her as the second one is right behind her. Izuku simply moved his head out of the way to escape the one log heading directly in front of her. Lulu noticed his plan. She simply has a smirk on her face at the attempt to crush her. Lulu channeled her yokai energy and disappeared right before the tree collided. She used the brief opportunity to rush towards her brother. She was moving so fast that he couldn't keep up with her. Then she landed a vicious combination strike. Izuku was only able to block the last hit as she skid backwards a little bit from the impact of her attack from that one he blocked. He coughed up a little blood. What the hell? You should really learn to channel your yokai energy. As a kitsune, you have access to a vast supply of yokai. I suppose I could teach you a little bit when we're done here. Here, allow me to show you what yokai energy could really do. Lulu stomped on the ground as a boulder rips out of the dirt, as she punches the boulder as it shoots towards Izuku. When Izuku tried to dodge, let's try this again. When Izuku dodged to the right, Lulu reappeared in front of him, then kicked him on the side of the head as he goes flying into a small boulder that was on the grass. Yokai energy has many applications outside of shape shifting. You can increase your strength to extreme degree, even empowering your magic. Allow me to demonstrate. As a humongous foxfire fireball manifests in the middle of the air, then she multiplied the number by 3. Now there's 4 of them hovering in the sky, directly all around Izuku, waiting to blast him. As she waves her hand down, as a humongous yokai-infused foxfire fireball head directly down towards Izuku. Izuku barely able to react to the fireballs using telekinesis, only able to dodge one of them. As he has a couple burn marks on his cheek. This just proves my theory. I always knew you had great potential, little brother. The fact that you're able to redirect my foxfire fireball infused with yokai energy. You have indeed working hard on your telekinesis. You've almost mastered it. I'm most impressed. I think it's about time we put an end to our little spar. The human female seemed to be getting quite worried about you. If I wasn't... Let me give a second, guys. If it wasn't for our little sisters, I bet she would already intervene in our battle. I'm curious what type of relationship you have with that human. Your opinion on humans are well known back home, so I wonder what changed. No matter. Let's finish this. As 5 more humongous infused foxfire fireballs manifest in the air, you lose, brother. You can't survive such. Even you would have a hard time surviving this many foxfire fireballs. I suppose I have. Very well. I accept. I accept defeat. I might be able to redirect one of them, maybe 2, but all of them, all at once? No, that's even beyond my capabilities with my telekinesis. And nor do I have anything power enough to challenge you with. I might be prideful, but I'm not suicidal, sister. I know when to pick my battles and when to cut my losses. One of his masked younger sisters approach him. We're still pissed off that you did something so stupid. You got yourself banished. But you're still our brother. So sit down. I'll heal you, you idiot. It's nice to see you too, little sis. She finally healed Izuku. Big sis, our idiot brother is in perfect condition now. Amber rushed towards Izuku in a red blur and tackling him to the ground. You're not hurt, are you, Foxy? No, I'm fine, Red. That's a relief. Now, can you explain to me what the hell's going on? I can enlighten you on that. Simple. Everyone here is a kitsune, outside of you, of course. Including my little brother. So you go by Izuku on Earth. I like the name. I still prefer your original name, but Izuku's not bad. What do you mean, kitsunes? I thought those were just mere myths. We're far from being myth, sweetheart. We don't usually travel to Earth. Izuku here is the only kitsune living on Earth. I won't go into details why he was banished to Earth. He broke he broke the rules, so he was sent to Earth as a punishment. So you truly don't have a mutation quirk. No, I do not. I only use that as a cover story. But what I don't understand is how are you Inko's son then? For Inko was my human mother. She was in bad condition. I won't go into details, but she was very unstable. She was very unstable. She was unable to produce a child. I had a request from my old friend. He wanted me to help Inko, so I went through the rebirth process. I healed her by being reborn as her son. I'm still a full-fledged kitsune. The only reason the only reason it was even possible was because Inko had a pure heart. I have some of her traits. Some of her traits were passed down during the process when I was being reborn. What you have learned tonight, I'm hoping you can keep that between us. I like to keep my mother away from anything to do with other kitsunes. I don't care about. I do care about the woman a great deal. Fine, I'll keep it secret. It's not like anyone will believe me anyways, without any solid proof. As long as you take me out again, without the death match, please. Got it, Red. Are you going to introduce me to your female companion, little brother? I know I'm never going to hear the end of this. This is Amber. Amber, this is my elder sister, Lulu. It is a pleasure to meet you, Amber. I guess my little brother has things for redheads. Who knew? Well, I do apologize for ruining your evening tonight. It's fine, Lulu. He'll make up for it. I have no doubt on that. I need to inform Mother what what we learned what we learned tonight. You'll be seeing me again soon, brother. You still have so much to learn. What do you mean? You honestly think I would allow you to sorry. I'm sorry again. You honestly think I would allow you not to be properly trained to channel your yokai energy? You only know the basics of yokai energy. You've only been using it for shape shifting. That's the most common ability for yokai. We're far too young at the time to learn it completely. You are now old enough to handle the effects of yokai energy. It's quite taxing on the body. That's why you normally would learn to channel it when your body grew enough to able to handle it. I think Mother would be pleased on your progress since you've been on Earth. You have changed, in a good way. Whatever you do to whatever you did to my idiot brother, keep up. I'm rooting for you, Amber. Until we meet again. As a pathway appeared right behind Lulu to the Kitsune realm, in form of a old style Japanese sliding door. Let's go home, girls. After Izuku said his goodbyes to his big sister and little sisters, even though he knows his little sisters are still kind of mad at him, but he knows they'll get over it eventually, as he watches them leave. So, Foxy, is there anything else you've been hiding from me? There might be one tiny little thing I've been hiding. I highly doubt you're going to take this well. Listening. As she's pacing her right foot back and forth in a very annoyed expression on her face. I might have tracked down those people that attacked us yesterday after you dropped me off at the house. I might have killed them and devoured your ex. Okay, let me get this straight. After I dropped you off, you tracked down and eliminated my ex and his little friend, his little thugs. I won't apologize for killing him. I knew I was going to have to eventually to get rid of him and his lackeys. They don't seem the type to give up, and 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 I don't like competition. Like killing my ex, you're sweet. Wait, aren't you supposed to be mad? You honestly think that I haven't killed someone before? I've had my fair share of I've had my fair share of a body count. When I got involved with that loser, after he was going after he was starting to do more serious crimes. I've done my fair share of crimes when I was involved with that loser. If I didn't break ties with him, I would have been on the path to becoming a villain. If it wasn't for my cousin to steer me away from that, I don't know where I would be right now. I don't care that you killed my ex, but what I do care about that you didn't tell me. I'll forgive you this one time. Promise me one thing. Don't keep things from me. And no more killing, please. I do fancy you, and I do want to continue to spend time with you like this. As long as you're straight up with me, we're good. I am actually flattered to think you were actually jealous. It's sweet. So in twisted, demented kind of way. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do jealous. I think you do. Your action says otherwise. As she wraps her arms around Izuku, that means you like me. Or let's just go. Suppose we should call it a night? I've learned quite a bit about you tonight. I won't ask why you got banished, nor do you have to. It's up to you if you want to tell me. Or don't. Don't get me wrong. I would love to know, but I won't pressure you. And I'll be coming over tomorrow, after all. It's the last day of the weekend, and I want to spend as much time with you as possible. I'm still processing the fact that you're a Kitsune. That doesn't really matter to me. I don't care if you're human or a legendary fox. My feelings for you won't change, Foxy. And before I forget, I've been wanting to do this for the last couple hours. As she leans over and kisses Zuko on the lips, she was totally satisfied with the affection he was giving her, so she broke off the kiss. Broke off the kiss. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that again. Why did you do that, even though that was quite pleasant? Simple, really. I'm claiming you. You're going to be my boyfriend or mate, no matter how you phrase it. You are mine and I'm yours. You are my you're my you're my exact type of guy I go for. And we have good chemistry. So I made a move before any other girl could. I'm the type of girl I'm the type of girl that goes for what she wants. Just remember, Foxy, no more killing. Let's get going, lover boy. Guess being in a what they call a relationship with Red will be a new experience. Might as well just roll as if for now. As he thought as he thought that to himself, he actually said it out loud as well. He didn't notice it though, but Amber did. You're right on one thing. It is going to be quite an experience. Now, I need to figure out how I'm going to introduce you to my father and mother. That's going to be an interesting meeting. My old lady's been trying to get me to have you over for dinner so they could finally meet you. We cut to the Kitsune realm. Lulu made her way back to the Kitsune palace, and as she travels, she makes her way to the throne room. As she kneels down on one knee, Mother, I have returned. Excellent. Everyone, leave us at once. As she watches everyone leave the room except her eldest daughter, report, how is he doing? He seems to be doing very well. He's changed a little bit. Changed quite a bit before I approach him. Before I approach him on Earth, he was seen to be spending a lot of time with a human. They seem to be very close. I'm glad he's doing okay. I was hoping to keep him out of this as long as possible. Basically as possible. Of recent events and past events, it's only a matter of time before Earth becomes a battleground. Once you rest up, I want you to head back to Earth and get your younger brother ready. I was planning to. He doesn't know how to properly use his yokai, outside of shape-shifting. Why the rush? What's going on? We are officially at war with the Oni. The peace talks between our two species didn't go very well. They've declared that they want to take Earth. If we get involved, they will kill us. He's threatened to kill our entire species. Of course, we can't allow them to do that. That would upset the very balance we're meant to protect. How many tails does your brother wield? About 4 to my knowledge. Judging from his yokai energy that emanates from his body, he's at the verge of unlocking his 5th tail. At first I was against banishing brother, but seeing him now, it did him some good. Is there anything else, Mother? Keep me informed of his progress. It's going to be our last. It's he's going to be our last resort if they manage to get to Earth. If we're unable to stop them. Don't worry, Mom. I'll train him up. I was going to do it anyways. At his current level, he's more than a match for any human. But when it comes to Oni, he might be able to handle a few of them. Leave it to me, Mom. I'll handle it. He may not be able to acquire the ninth tail, but I could at least get him to the eighth tail. I might have to push him quite a bit. Sorry. I'll try this again. I have to push him, and it will be quite brutal, but I can make him manifest the eighth tail. After all, this is our best opportunity to reform our bonds. You two always were close. I still remember the time where you would fawn over him all the time when he was younger. Couldn't help it, Mom. He was quite adorable little fox, even though he was the most mischievous of our people. It still saddens me that I had to banish him to Earth. He broke one of our sacred laws. I couldn't show favoritism even to my own son. I do understand, Mom. I'm gonna head back to my quarters, Mother. If you need anything from me, you know where to find me. This is where we're gonna stop our part. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.